Hey gamers, Tony here from the Hauppauge Gaming Zone, bringing you another edition of Gaming Zone Live, brought to you by Hauppauge Computer Works. I want to thank you so much for joining us this week, and I do have a special announcement. It is our post-E3 wrap-up episode. So E3 was a couple weeks ago. We've all had a chance as gamers to analyze, to evaluate all the ups and downs and the announcements that were made. So now it's time to just talk about that a little bit and wrap it all up for you as the gamers. So I want to thank you for joining us. I am joined this week by my good friend Shintai, who's one of our featured contributors here on the channel. He's actually our newest featured contributor, and he uploads videos on Saturdays. So we're going to do a short introduction to him, followed by him and I discussing E3 this year, E3 2012. So thanks so much for joining us. I hope you enjoy this great HD video footage capture with the Hauppauge HD PVR as we discuss E3. Here we go. Alright, well, welcome to the gaming news section of Gaming Zone Live, and I am joined here by my friend Shintai. And Shintai is our newest featured contributor here on the Gaming Zone. So first of all, I'm going to let Shintai introduce himself. Tell us a little bit about the type of gaming videos you're going to be putting out on the Hauppauge Gaming Zone channel.
Hey, thanks Tony. Basically I just make a lot of review type videos. I like to really analyze games and really try to get people to make an informed decision on to whether or not they want to pick up a game or not, because games these days are expensive, and I feel that trying to make the most out of your purchase is an important thing. And I also like to talk about older games as well, not just new ones, to get people to kind of get the word out on those games and to get people to check them out. So I think that's basically it. I just, try to work really hard on making some videos and reviews that just get people to either want to get a game or not, depending on who they are and what their tastes are.
Okay, well thank you Shintai, and we're glad to have you as a part of the Hauppauge Gaming Zone channel. But let's go ahead and jump right into our post-E3 wrap-up show, as promised. So what we're going to do here is, obviously E3 is huge. We can't cover every single detail or every big game. But Shintai and I are going to be evaluating the different conferences from Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, and then also talking about some of the Hauppauge's announcements as well. So we're going to dive right in and just give you our highs and lows of each show and some quick bullet points. And of course, we would love to hear your comments in the section below. So feel free to comment on what you thought of E3 2012 after you're done watching the video. So Shintai, why don't you tell us about Sony's conference, a couple highs, a couple lows.
Alright, well, one of the definite highs I felt for Sony's conference was the new game that was announced by Quantic Dreams called Beyond Two Souls. This game looked really amazing. It looked awesome. If you were a fan of Heavy Rain, this is definitely a game to keep your eye out on, as it looks like it's going to be just as good. Another game that was announced was Far Cry 3, which it looked alright. If you're into shooters, you'll probably enjoy it. The 4-player co-op looked pretty cool. They also announced that there was going to be an Assassin's Creed 3 exclusively for the Vita. This is not the same as the Assassin's Creed 3 that's going to be on the consoles. This is its own game, and it's going to be following this girl assassin, which I think is pretty cool. We haven't had any female assassins, so I'm interested in that. And something that was, I felt one of the low points was they introduced this new accessory or something where you can use it like a spell book. I don't know. It looked kind of weird. I think it's just basically a big RC card or something, and you can do things on screen with it. It didn't look that interesting. It looked more like it was geared towards children. But they ended the show with a bang with The Last of Us, which is another game made by Naughty Dog, the creators of Uncharted. It looks like a very strict survival horror game, very gritty, looked very interesting, especially the dynamic relationship between the male protagonist and the young girl that travels with him, as you can work with her in order to survive, and that just looked really awesome, especially since Uncharted was more of a shoot 'em up kind of game, and this looked more geared towards just trying to survive rather than being a shoot 'em up type game. So definitely looking forward to that.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Shintai. And I have to say, Beyond Two Souls definitely stole my heart with Sony's show. I'm really looking forward to that. So thanks for mentioning that one. I'm going to jump into the Microsoft press conference. Not a lot of groundbreaking things from Microsoft this year. More of a, it felt kind of like this might be the last year in the 360 life cycle. I'm not sure. Lots of great games coming out. It doesn't mean there wasn't some cool stuff announced. A little disappointed. I'll probably start with some of the low points. I was a little disappointed in some of the games that they focused on during their show, like the new dancing game, and they had Usher out on stage doing an entire music video. I just felt like that was a big time gap filler, and I really felt like it just didn't make a lot of sense to have him out doing a music video. Even though Usher's cool and it was a cool thing, it was just felt like a big time waster when they could have been announcing something else. Another kind of downer is I felt like they still haven't released tons of games that really get me excited about owning a Kinect. I really do like the Kinect interface for some of the games like Skyrim and Mass Effect and some things like that, but I haven't really found like those hardcore games that get me excited about owning a Kinect. Now, to the high point of Microsoft's press conference, the Xbox Smart Glass looks really cool. A couple things that had me really excited about that is they kept promoting how this smart glass technology was going to be on every device that you already own. So one of the Microsoft downfalls of the past is that they try to design software that's really cool, like Zune, for example, but it only works on their devices, which no one really buys. And so I'm glad that Microsoft is releasing smart glass for things like iOS, Android, and the new Microsoft tablets. So it'll be available anything, and it's going to enhance our gameplay. It's going to enhance the ways that we play our game, but in addition to that, it's going to allow us to do things like surf the web on our Xbox 360 from our phones, things like that as well. So I'm really excited about Smart Glass. There were some really cool games shown. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist looks cool. I'm a huge Splinter Cell fan, and I've really been disappointed in the last couple games, so I'm really kind of hoping that Blacklist redeems that a little bit. And then, of course, the other big thing for Microsoft was Halo 4. Really the culmination of the Halo franchise, kind of in development by 343 Studios. It's the first one that's away from Bungie, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But I was pretty excited about Halo 4. It looks like it's going to take the best of the Call of Duty franchise and kind of migrate that into what's already a really solid shooter. And I think this November we're all going to be excited to play Halo 4. So that's Microsoft press conference, and Shintai's going to kick it off here again with Nintendo.
I thought Nintendo's conference started off really strong and had an introduction with Miyamoto in his dressing room, and there was a bunch of CGI Pikmin that were walking around his room, and I thought that was really nice. And essentially it was an opening to show that they were going to release Pikmin 3, which I liked Pikmin, so I'm looking forward to the new Pikmin 3 for the Wii U. They also announced that originally the Wii U was only going to let you play with one of those controllers, the ones with the TV screens on it, and they announced in this E3 that they decided that it was going to be two instead, and that the other players would play with the Wiimote and Nunchuck. So I thought that was a good idea on their part to make it so that you can buy two controllers for it instead of just being stuck with one. They also announced a new Mario game, which I'm a little bit mixed on because new Mario's always good, but it's a little strange in my opinion that they would decide to make a 2.5D Mario game instead of a full 3D one like Mario Galaxy. The Wii U, it seems like it's going to have a lot of third-party support, which is a good thing in some areas, but kind of weird in others, in that for some reason Mass Effect 3 is going to be on the Wii U, which there's no way you can just jump into the last game on the Wii U and not play the other games. But regardless, having more third-party support is a good thing. They also announced the new Nintendo amusement park, which not much has been shown on it. They showed some of it, and it looks alright, but it doesn't really look like a system seller. And I think that's pretty much it for Nintendo. Not their strongest conference, but not a terrible one either. It was pretty decent.
All right, well, thank you, Shintai, for that snapshot from Nintendo's press conference. A lot of highs and some lows, definitely, as well. But thanks for that quick quick synopsis. I do want to end the show with some great announcements from Hauppauge. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but they've recently released a press release that they are bringing a Hauppauge Streamies out later this summer. And what's really cool about this is the Streamies connects an HD video camera using HDMI or component video, compresses that camera's video using the same great encoders that we've seen in the HD PVR and the Colossus, and allows you to stream great HD video immediately from your laptop computer or your desktop computer to places like Ustream or Justin TV. So streaming is huge right now in the gaming industry and on gaming video creation, and so the Hauppauge Streamies is really going to be an amazing box that allows you to stream high definition video from your camera, from your gaming system right away to the web, which is going to be absolutely awesome for a live broadcast. And in other news, what's even more exciting to me is Hauppauge is announcing the HD PVR2. As you remember, a couple weeks ago we released on the Gaming Zone website a question: what new features do you want to see in the new HD PVR? And we had tons and tons of comments. I think like 500 comments, and people just chiming in on what they want to see. And I have to tell you, the HD PVR 2 is going to be amazing. We can't give away a lot of details at this point, but it's going to be absolutely amazing. So stay tuned for that, and I'm sure you'll come to appreciate all the great quality that we currently have in our Hauppauge products and their new products as well. So I want to thank you again, Shintai, for joining me for the Hauppauge Gaming Zone Live episode and for the news this week. Thanks for helping me wrap up the E3 show, and thank you everyone for joining us, and here we are again as we wrap up the show. Alright, well, thank you gamers for joining us again as we did a post E3 wrap-up show here on the Hauppauge Gaming Zone. Please leave your comments below. We're interested to hear what you thought of E3. And also, Mondays are our new user-created video day, and what that means for you is on Mondays we're going to be uploading user-created videos sent into our channel that were captured with the HD PVR or Colossus. So make sure you have one of those devices before you send in your links, but go ahead and send in your links to this email address, gamingzone@hauppauge.com. That's gamingzone@hauppauge.com. I will personally review all those videos, and I'll be deciding which ones to post on our channel, but you can see user-created videos on Mondays now. So I hope you're pretty excited about that, and we've had a lot of people write in, a lot of people send in their links, and we'll keep posting those videos every Monday here on the Hauppauge Gaming Zone channel. I also want to encourage you, before I go, to check out the Hauppauge UK gaming team. You can click on this link to go to their channel. My friend Casual over there is doing a great job posting some awesome gaming videos from the Hauppauge UK gaming team. Make sure you subscribe to them and show them some love as well. Well, I want to thank you again for joining us this week. Make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to this channel as always, and comment on this video. We love our great audience here at Hauppauge Computer Works, and we are always wanting to find out more about what you're looking for and what you're desiring in our products. So feel free to leave some comments below. I always check the messages as well, and I hope to see you next time here on the Hauppauge Gaming Zone Live. Have a good week.